everyone, Draco Magnius here for another episode of Let's Blindly Stream Angels with Scaly Wings. It's been a really long time since last episode. So, if I remember correctly, in the last episode, I believe we got, I want to say it was Remy's ending? The good one for Remy, not the bad one. Took some doing, but we eventually got to it. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. I'm checking in the background to be sure, because it has been a good long while. What is it, a year now at this point? It might have been. Huh. Time flies when you're working yourself ragged. Anyway, yes, Remy was the last ending. Okay. So yeah, in this one, we're going to try and tackle Lorem's good ending, Anna's good ending, and the true ending. A threefer. So without further ado, let's get started. I mean, I should move this so I can actually see the viewer count. There we go. Continue your journey, Draco. Thank you, system. Chapter 1. Duty. Now, since we're going for two different good endings, and the final true ending, there's going to be a lot of speeding through dialogue, because technically we've already seen it before, air quotes. Let's see, for Lorem's good ending, I need to get the Ixum and Orb together. How do I do the... Oh, right, the skip button's right here. Do. Yes, I would like to skip ahead. Alright, where's the apartment? Do. Okay, so we're doing Lorem's ending, so we're meeting with Lorem. Starting with good old Lorem. Yes, I'd like to skip ahead. I've already done this and succeeded with flying colors. Okay. I guess I don't think... No, I can't get both of them at the same time. But I mean, I could just meet with Anna just for the sake of meeting with somebody. Do. Speeding up. Skip ahead. This is why I think we can get 3 done this time. Okay, I skipped a little too fast because we didn't see the chapter name. But this is okay. Okay, so here we are. So we want to go to Tatsu Park. Skip ahead. Search the pavilion. Doesn't seem anything important. Nope, nothing here. Search shrubbery. Found some dirt. Search the pavilion again. I forget. Oh wait, it's search the pavilion 3 times. Right. And final time. I mean, I already have found the Ixamin cube before, so... Okay, let me check something real quick here. I don't think the game has any, like, inventory thing going on. If I remember correctly, because, again, been a bit. Okay. Look at the map. Head north to Tatsu Avenue. You know what? I don't even know if I still have the notes for opening the hatch. First button. Let's see if I remember. Second button. And turn the lever counterclockwise. Hey, I remembered! Okay, maintenance tunnel for the drain system. And there is a bloody bandage at the bottom. I don't need this for Lorem's ending, but I figured I wanted to see if I remembered correctly. Alright. Go back. Here we are. The pavilion again. So let me make sure... Make 100% certain that I have the Ixamin orb. Again, look harder. So, like, I can get the bandage again, but this one's... I'm sorry, I'm having difficulty trusting myself right now. You know what? We're gonna do a quick check here. Let's see. Angels with scaly... Whoops. Wings. Ixomen. Sphere. The items. Okay, it is a permanent item, so I don't have to constantly be looking for it. I just always have it. Okay. I wanted to be sure I didn't, you know, screw up somewhere, so let's stop searching the park. And next one, I guess this one really doesn't matter all that much. Grocery store. Skip. Okay, it's just not letting me skip this. I mean, I've been here before. I've seen this. You remember him coming. Who was that? Just browsing. Go back. Leave. Alright, well, that's everything. Yes. Skip ahead. Thank you, system. We're doing a mad dash to the end here. Alright, hello, Sebastian. Lorem again. Yes, skip ahead, thank you. And just for consistency's sake, let's meet with Anna again. Skip. Wait. Wait. Skip ahead. I don't know. Skip ahead. Go to the police archives. Yes, go to the police archives. Skip. Sorry, kind of busy. Sorry, Katsuharu, I've already done your thing in the timeline. Study the blueprint, play card. Rummage through the trash! Finally, I got the stupid base for the orb! Oh, wait. Doesn't seem to be anything useful here. Wait, what? What? Oh, I accidentally... It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because I technically have it. It does not matter. Alright, well, next is the production facility, I suppose. Because we got it, there's nothing to worry about. Hey, Lorem, what are you doing here? You've already been here. What happened the last time you saw him alive? Can you tell me what happened when you first found him? What was your relationship? Yep, we've already been here. That's all. Have a pleasant evening. I mean, I know your coworker was murdered, but I know the lore. You had a really shitty relationship with him. It's kind of an asshole, extorting the shit out of you. Alright. Hello again, Lorem. I have seen this scene before. Thank you, system. Now that I have the fucking base. Skip. Anna. If I fuck this up by doing that, I'm gonna be mad. I wouldn't miss an opportunity to meet with you. Skip. Chapter 4. Skip. Man, look at us go. I'll do it. I'll take the case. Bandage the facility, I suppose. No. Witness. And ipsum. But wait, hold on. Dang gummit. Oh wait, because I guess I never visited him after doing Lorem, so I guess this is technically new. Oh, it's you. Can I help you? Yeah, I'm working with the police, and I hope you can answer a few questions. Because I responded to your call for a witness about last night, right? Yes. Alright, what do you want to know? Can you tell me what happened? Sure, I was running an experiment with in my home laboratory and waiting for that to finish. Around 2 a.m., I suddenly hear a few bangs outside. They reminded me of a small explosion. It sounded like they were coming from just around the corner. Oh, I guess maybe I never actually did this scene. Okay, new scene. I see. Did nothing about this seem unusual to you? Not really. I know I've caused a few similar disturbances with my experiments before. If someone else decided to take up home experimentation, they certainly have my approval. Besides, I wasn't in any position to abandon the experiment that I was running at the time, or else it could have had a similar outcome. Thank you, I think that will be all. No problem. By the way, are you going to meet with Lorem again anytime soon? I don't know. Why are you asking? You've hung out with him a few times now. You see, he doesn't have many friends, and I think he's starting to like you. That's not really unusual. It's just, if something happens the next time you meet, don't be mad at him, okay? Okay? Well, I said that more inquisitively than it said, okay. No, Sebastian, thank you for allowing me to skip this dialogue. Yes, I'll skip forward. See you, Izumi, or myself from a future. Lorem. We're so close. Hello, Lorem. I'm a skip now. Oh, that must be the sphere you found. Lorem walked up to the table and picked up the round object I found in the park. Yeah, maybe you can help me find out if it's actually ipsums or not. Sure. Looks like it has no battery, though. He turned the sphere a few times, then placed it on its base and plugged it in. You've assembled the Ixum sphere! Spherical! Nice. He touched the base in a peculiar way. In response, writing appeared on the sphere's surface. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Looks like this really is Ipsum's sphere. He'll be relieved to know that it was found. So, what can we actually do with it now? Nothing really, unless you know the password, that is. Well, that's a shame. I do happen to know his password, but that's only for emergencies. No playing around with the sphere then. Got it. By the way, did you hear about Ipsum? Apparently he's become a witness for a murder case. Looks like you've seen this before. Yes, I would like to skip the scene because we've already been here. System, we've gotten the bit we needed from this. Well, bye, Lorem. Let me see. In the eyes of some, it makes me a freak of nature. Oh, right. I don't mind. Why would I mind? Stop being weird. I guess I'll order some lunch, because I can't hang out with Anna again. Speed! Oh. I didn't mean to scroll to here, but I guess we're stuck watching this now. I guess because I usually done this earlier. Oh, it's you! I thought they sent you away after everything that's going on. They changed their minds, so I suppose you'll be stuck with me for a little while longer. I see. Here's your order. Sorry it got a little wet, but it should be okay. You're soaked. Why don't you come in? Now it'll let me skip. Yes. And now we skip again. Intuition, Chapter 5. We did it! We're at the end of Lorem's time. Hopefully it goes much better than the last time. Because we got a sphere that does something. Okay. Night of Turbulent Dreams. Actually, why did I do that? That was... I accidentally scrolled up on the wheel. You know what? I feel like I should read through this. Just cause. You know, we're near the end. It makes sense to read through it a little bit. The Fireworks Festival. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. Today's the day of the big fireworks. Who shall I bring? Lorem. It's time to go. Oh, I still have Ipsum's... I still have Ipsum's Ixamen sphere. I could give it to Lorem when I meet with them. Take the sphere. The sooner Ipsum gets it, the better. I took the sphere and put it in one of my pockets before heading out to meet Lorem. After a few minutes of walking, I arrived at the rather empty-looking area near the edge of town that we've been to in multiple timelines before. Hey, Lorem. Hey, Draco. You're right. This will be much better than mingling with the crowds. I can do without all the extra noise and screaming. Yeah. So, what are we going to do now? Wait. Oh, I also brought Ipsum's sphere. Maybe it can finally find its way home. Great! Would you mind holding on to it, though? I don't really have a bag or anything to put it in right now. That's alright. Just remind me to give it to you later. Sure. I think it's starting, look! We were quiet as we waited in the stillness of the night, and the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon, I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded into a pattern of colors, and I realized I never changed the title of this fucking stream. Whoopsie daisy! It just suddenly occurred to me, like I'm thinking, wait a second! I never did that! Whoops. I'm just gonna quickly save and... Boy, I feel awkward about that. Alright, let me make sure this is set up properly. And always, we are not playing Amori anymore. Well, we are playing Amori, just not today. Make sure I have the right game on. There we go. Save. There we go. Okay. We're finally properly set up. Now, back to the game proper. Yeah, no, I read that already. Boop. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. Those sure are fireworks. Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. Considering how public of an event this was, and how I was told multiple times that everyone would be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Reza to do anything he planned to do. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever need. Or ever have, rather. As the portal had been repaired by the mysterious person I met, now was the perfect time for Reza to make his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. Lorem, I think we need to go. Now. What's going on? I know where Reza is. Really? We need to stop him. We? What do you think I can do? He's twice as big as I am. And let's not forget about his weapon. I can try to hold him off. You go and get help. Alright. Wait a minute. Give me the sphere. There you go. I watched as Lorem took the sphere from my hands and slid their fingers over its interface in a peculiar way. After a few seconds, they were done and the sphere was back in my hands. It might not help you much, but if something goes wrong, just throw it at him. Alright. Where is he, anyway? The underground building. Let's go! Let's go! Probably not the best, proper theming, but I couldn't resist. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad that it was still turned off and didn't appear to have been used recently. But it meant Reza was still here somewhere. I looked around, thinking about where he could be, or if it was worth waiting for him here, when I saw something out the corner of my eye. Hesitating, I drew near. How many times have we seen Sebastian dead? Too many. I checked Sebastian for any signs of life and found nothing. However, his body was still warm. Reza was here very recently, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? Sebastian's guard post was not for the portal itself, but also the surrounding area. Since Reza was already here, he probably had some unfinished business very close by. The underground building. The administrator had told me about the prowess of the generators within. It probably hadn't been very hard for Reza to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. He also didn't have far to go from the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. I could have waited for Reza here, but in the end I decided it would be better to meet him underground. If there was going to be a confrontation, I was sure I would have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building's entry, as it was as it was in a roped-off area that I had seen from afar before. When I entered the building, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Reza had to be very close. I wasn't surprised at the building still having electricity, since its generators were also powering the portal. Suddenly, one of the doors opened and out came Reza carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. We've already had Reza's rant before, so boop! You know what? I'm not having this conversation with you again. What are you talking about? Your plan, Reza. I know all about it. Great, then stop wasting time and help me with this. I'm not here to help you. This is where it ends. What's your problem, Draco? You know about the comet, so we can't stay here. Just shut up, Reza. I'm not in the mood to talk with you anymore. I don't need to, because your friend has just arrived. Suddenly, Maverick and Lorem appeared next to me. You planned this, didn't you, Draco? Yes, in multiple timelines, in fact. I've planned this so many times, it's amazing you haven't caught on. Then again, I'm the only one time traveling, so that's probably why. Traitor! He pulled out his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at. Time to throw the sphere! Just let me go, and I'll forget this thing ever happened. You've got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Reza? Do you think this is worth risking your life for? I've been risking my life for this every day for the last 2 weeks! What do you think what did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator is, and the whole building it came from, our time. They belong to humanity! Suddenly, the administrator came from the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. No, they belong to me. I don't know which one of us is the administrator right now, so I can't really give them a definitive voice. Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer, who was slowly walking towards him. Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. You can't stop all of us. If you say so. Orb now! He pulled the trigger and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. Okay, so it is Izumi right now. Yep. Indeed, Izumi. I could have gone with a more feminine voice, but I wasn't sure, because I did not remember. My first instinct was to run away, but as Maverick and Lorem started charging, so did I. I have an orb to yeet, for fuck's sake! Reza was quick with his aim and shot Maverick until he went down. Lorem took flight with a few beats of their wings and was able to collide with Reza, but at the last moment, Reza got out of the way and hit Lorem with a well-aimed kick. Oh good, it wasn't a gunshot, because that would have killed him. The kick is just gonna hurt. Lorem collided roughly with the wall and fell to the ground. Remembering Lorem's words, I took the sphere and threw it towards Reza as hard as I could. At first, it looked as though I was going to miss, but the sphere adjusted its path and flew straight toward him. Reza aimed at me, but the sphere hit him before he could pull the trigger. He lost balance and stumbled backward before he fell to the ground. As he got up, I saw that the barrel of his gun was now bent out of shape. When he realized this, he bolted toward the exit. Tackle him! I tried to stop him, but he hit me in the face with the gun's blunt end and ran past me. It took a few seconds until I composed myself and ran after him. As I went up the hill, I saw Reza was already taking his place while the portal did its starting routine. I ran up to the console and entered a few commands. Reza turned around and saw me. What are you doing? Reza walked off the platform, but I quickly ran around the console and threw my weight against him, just in time for the portal to start teleporting us. Oh, we're both going this time. Okay. We're both going to the past. Lorem lived to tell the police what had transpired in the underground building. The conversation they had was overheard. The conversation they had overheard was enough for the dragons to find out about the comet, and with the help of the portal's power source, they were able to divert it. As neither humanity nor the dragons knew where Reza and I ended up, our visit was considered a failure. Humanity had decided that if our visit did not yield any results, they would no longer try their luck with the portal and instead use their remaining energy to hold on as long as they still could. For the dragons, life went on as usual, but for our city, this outcome meant they had to continue their fight on their own. It was an uphill battle, and that was eventually lost when the city ran out of resources and fell. So, here's the thought, though. With the comet diverted, does history stay the same? Because we have an intelligent species of dragon that are the dominant species on Earth. And the comet that would wipe out the dinosaurs, and by extension them as well, doesn't do that anymore. So, like, wouldn't they exist in our time and alter the timeline in a catastrophic way? I mean, would humanity even exist anymore? Because would mammals be able to get to the point where humans are if there's a dominant species already on the planet? Well, apparently the game doesn't give us any intel on that, so that's this ending, and unfortunately I cannot skip the credits, so we're just gonna sit here while we get through Lorem's ending here. And go through the credits. They don't allow me to skip. And I'm pretty sure we've seen this like multiple times, so yeah. But hey, that's one good ending down. Now we just gotta get Anna's, and we have to get the true ending. And there's technically a third, like, super true ending, but to get it, I need to have 60 achievements, and that shit is not happening. Like, I got 37, I think. Although I did get, 2 this run? So now I've got 39. Ooh. I would have to do an Achievo run if I really, really, really wanted to get the super true ending. And I don't want to do that. Because, I mean, I don't remember all the achievements. I can, like, look through them at the next opportunity I get, which is when we get dumped back onto the main screen. But, I have to be a dick to get some of those achievements to the dragons, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be an asshole. I like these characters too much. So we're not going to get the super true ending, unfortunately. I mean, it has, like, a real name. I'm just calling it the super true ending, but it's, like, an extended version of the true ending. You can only see it after the true ending is seen. Okay, but let me get back to Anna's ending. So, for Anna's good ending, we just need to get an envelope at the second date. Or get the information from Remy. Alright. Come on, game. You can do this. I believe in you. Oh. We reappeared on the other side and collapsed to the ground. It was the day of my arrival in the Dragon's World, just as I had planned. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, hey, Azumi. Why are you here and alive? Well, I mean, it's the beginning, but you're not wearing your mask or anything? It's kind of weird. Oh, look what the cat dragged in. You're supposed to be dead! Am I now? You're right, but today is not the day. She held up Ray's head and punched him. His body instantly went limp as he fell unconscious. That was a very slow movement. Like, at any time he could have countered. But I guess he's an idiot. Good job, Draco. Oh, is that yours? He pointed at an object on the ground behind me. When I turned around, I realized it was the Ixamen sphere. Whatever setting Lorem activated had apparently prompted it to follow us, even through the portal. Not exactly. You better hold on to it regardless. Those things are expensive. She walked over to Ray's lower half and started lifting him by the legs. We're gonna bury him in a ditch somewhere. Come on and help me with this. We've got a long night ahead of us. Cool. So did we just kill Ray's in that timeline? Yay, Lorem's good ending! Alright, so... let's do it again! Oh, hey, there's Lorem up there. With a little satchel. Cute. Alright, so now for Anna's ending, and then we can get the true ending. Thank you, system. I will continue my journey. We're so close. Once more, Chapter 1. Duty. Teehee. Duty. I'm sure I've done that joke before, but I did it again. And no one can stop me. Bwahahaha. Skip time. Skip. Anna. Skip. Yes. Skip. Skip. Sure, Remy, why not? Hedge my bets here. Skip. Yeah. Skip. How about if I be to dinner sometime? Skip. Skip. Look at all this skipping we're doing. Production facility, why not? Skip. Has he been here? How long have you known her? Kind of research. What research are you doing? Bye, dead man. I mean Damon. Damien, rather. You left you had such a big impact, as you can clearly tell, because I remembered his name perfectly. Do you... Reza been here? What did she want? How are you? That's it. Skip! Hey, look, we're gonna meet with Anna again. Alright, this is the one where we have to wait for a while. So, here's what we're gonna do. A quick save. Speed. Wait. Try to get into the lab. Oh, wait. Alright, I'm I'm gonna score myself some sweet lab equipment. That's the least she can do for making me wait. Or maybe I'll just wait inside. Standing around here is getting rather tedious. Pushing the door does nothing. Neither does pulling. Guess I'm out of options here. Hey, wait, what's this? At the bottom of the door, the corner of an envelope was notably sticking out. Yoink! Pulling the corner, I was now holding the envelope in my hands. Well, I gotta pass the time somehow, right? Yeah, let's commit a federal crime. Let's see. Dear Anna, appointments for the next month, treatment plan, Dr. Valdo. I probably shouldn't be looking at this. Quickly, I put the letter back into the envelope and pushed it through the gap in the door. Hooray! I looked at her envelope. Better not let her catch you. What are you looking at? Your beautiful door. Where have you been all this time? Reading comprehension must not be your strong suit, because my note clearly said I'd be back soon. There we go. Skip! Skip! Rem! Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, good. Skip. We're so close. Alright, skipping ahead. Chapter 3. I don't know. Keep on keeping on. Skip. Okay, before that, though, I'm curious now. What's my achievement score on right now? 41? Oh. Okay, now I have slightly more. But then again, I've been getting achievements. Order the daily special, no idea where that is. Take a dragon dose of medication, no idea where that is. Drink a mysterious liquid, who knows where that is. Waste a perfectly good batch of eggs. Refuse to help Bryce 99 times. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Patient, wait for Remy until you get bored. Answer Anna's questions correctly. Okay, so some of these don't require me being a dick, but I don't feel like doing an achievement hunter style stream. Let's do the production facility. Why not? Let's see Anna again. I like her company. Oh, hey, Lorem. What happened last time you saw him alive? Can you tell me what happened when they found him? What was your relationship? You seem very calm for a person whose colleague was murdered, but he was kind of a douchebag, so it's understandable. Stay inside, call the cops. Go to the archives. Sorry, busy. Katsuharu, sorry, I didn't... Okay, I don't need to rummage through the trash, I already have the base. Read that. Why not? Study the blueprint. Skip. I guess who I'm meeting with? Anna. And we're going to keep skipping until we hit new content because we read her envelope. Yep. I wouldn't want to miss an opportunity with you. Yep. So it turns out you've seen this before. You could either watch this again or we could save some time. Skip. Now this might be where new stuff happens. Nope. Hey, guess what? We're meeting with Remy again! You are correct, I have seen this system. Let's skip. You said that you always wanted children? Sure. Yes. And I've already seen that, too. Anything else on your mind? Well, there's the whole thing about Anna. Yeah, you mentioned that last time. Are you still worried about her? I am. Who knows what horrible things she's working on in her lab. There's nothing I can do to stop her. You did what you could. The rest is up to the authorities now. I guess so. Can't help but feeling a little pity for her, too. With her condition, I imagine the Ministry's disapproval must have been a tough pill to swallow. What are you talking about? She has cancer. There. Now I've done both of the things to get that information. Both take a look at the envelope and talk to Remy. There's no way we're not getting the good ending here. I see. Who knows how much longer she has? Knowing that, every day must be difficult for her. Remy paused and gave me an embarrassed smile. Skip! Yeah. Thank you. I like you as a friend. Skip. I have seen this before. Let's skip some more. Thanks, game. I'll do it. Meow. Let's once again see Anna, because I like seeing my dragon girlfriend. PDA to the library. It doesn't really matter which way I go. I might as well just go here. Skip. I have seen this before. Thank you again, system. Now I'm just repeating myself. Hey, guess who we're meeting with? Anna, that's right. I didn't even give you a second to think about it. Yes, she is here. Whoop. I meant to do the skip because we've seen this. It's very sad. Oh. Shit! I didn't cry when I was diagnosed, and I'm sure as heck not going to cry now. I know about her cancer. You have cancer. How do you know that? Because I've done both of the things I need to know that. I've committed a federal crime, and I talked to Remy about it. Remy told me. Also the federal crime, but I don't have to admit to that, I suppose. What? He must have used his position to look into some confidential documents. It's not exactly legal either. What a hypocrite. Why don't they just throw him into prison as well and let us rot together, huh? All those filthy bureaucrats. You should have heard them. How they don't want to change the rules because our tradition is sacred. And that's how we've survived all those years. Tradition now demands that I die. But you know what? I'm not playing by their rules. Never have. Actually, why don't I line up all of those who got me here and kill them? Because if I'm going to die, why shouldn't I take them with me? I mean, I have nothing to lose if I'm going to die anyway. Don't do that. Just give me one good reason! Because where I come from, we can cure cancer. You can? Are you saying that if I went back with you, if you smuggled me out, that you could cure me? We have the facilities. If we had the power from the generators we asked for, we could. Are you kidding me? Because if you are, I'll... No. It's the truth. Maybe we could work something out. I'm sure humanity would not object, or maybe we could just give you the technology or the necessary method. We've already cured cancer, so there's no reason for you to die. Why would you do that for me? You know I didn't care about you. I just wanted your blood, your data, just anything that would help me save myself. That's exactly what I'm going to give you. Why? Nobody's ever cared about me. People were always willing to use my research, but I was just a machine to churn out results for them. That's what the awards were for. I admit that I was selfish. Always. Yet I did great things. At least that's what everyone kept telling me. You know, after the whole affair back then, and the suspended sentence, the rumors about me never stopped. They warn you about me. Tell you to stay away. I'm sure they have. Why are you still here? I didn't listen to them, I guess. Just like you. The Council, Damien, Remy, they were always sabotaging me. If everyone just left me alone, I wouldn't even need your help. Why couldn't everyone just leave me alone? When they gave me the manager position at the facility, that was just to distract me even more. giving me free reign over the lab so I'd be tempted to do something I shouldn't. How could I not at least try? One of their oh-so-important founding principles is how every individual is important. That's clearly not the case with me. At least, they never showed it was. Now I can see just how different you are. You're the only one who came to me willingly and without any ulterior motives. Or did you? You invited me. I just took that invitation. Just to use you. And you still came back for more. You let me do all those tests on you. Sure, you complained like a pro, but you sat it out for me. I owed it to you. You don't owe me anything anymore. So what? Maybe I won't have to die after all. If you can cure me, I'll give you whatever you want. I know there's politics involved, and I know it may not ever happen, but this is my last straw. My last hope. I'll do what I can. Thank you. So it turns out you've seen this before. Skip! Alright, now, skip! I was smitten with you since the first time I saw you. Oh, looking back, that actually explains a lot. Wait, what was the last one? You know, this might be our last opportunity to do something. Why not make it worth it? Well, what a non-committal answer to that. If you say so. Is that a yes? Alright, well, you know what? Let's do something different. I'm gonna get some rest. And once more, we make it to the end. Chapter 5. Passion. And we're just going to skip past some stuff until we get to the new bits. Going to the skip button. No! Anna, obviously. Bing bong indeed. Alright, here we go. This is where the new shit happens. The jaw dislodged and Reza aimed his gun in my direction. Out of nowhere, Anna tackled me, shoving us both out of the way just before Reza unloaded his weapon in our direction like a dumbass. Both of us were seemingly unharmed. And by the time Reza was reloading his gun, Anna was already up and running toward him. Just as he raised his arm at her, she jumped and collided with him, causing him to miss his target wildly. She was on top of him now, raising a hind leg before slitting his throat with one of the large claws at the end of it. Immediately, he slumped. Blood gushed from his wound as he helplessly squirmed around the ground. Horrible, distorted noises left his severed windpipe. Probably something to that effect. After a few seconds, his movement stopped, and Anna returned to me. Yep, that sure is a corpse, all right. Are you all right? Yeah. It's amazing that you don't have any blood on you, considering you've just murdered a man by ripping his throat out with... I mean, I suppose she used, like, her foot talons, so that's probably why there's no blood on the rest of her. It's probably much further down that we can't see. I went to check on the others, but both Maverick and the administrator were dead. That's okay, the administrator's been dead before. And so is Maverick. I mean, we're gonna go back in time anyway to make sure he doesn't die again. I'm sure. Same with Izumi. In the weeks that followed, the dragons prepared for the comet. I, on the other hand, spent more time with Anna as she opened up about her condition. When the time came, the dragons executed their plan and by utilizing the underground building's generators, the comet was ultimately diverted and never hit Earth. Even after they recovered and power was restored to the portal, I knew that I wouldn't be able to return to my own time, as the administrator, Izumi, had deleted the coordinates I needed to return home when she repaired the portal a while ago. While she had her own reasons for doing this, it meant that now my only options were to stay here or use the portal at the coordinates she had entered to travel back in time to return to the day of my arrival in this world. However, I wasn't very concerned about this at the moment, as I spent my time in this world accompanying Anna on her journey. For her help in stopping Reza, she was awarded the highest honor the council could bestow on her, citing her bravery and exceptional service to the community. As a result, the case against her was dropped, and she was cleared of all charges. In the months that followed, I was with her during her cancer treatments, and could only watch as her condition worsened by the day. By this point, she was living in a hospice, and had become thin and weak, as her disease had eroded her both physically and mentally. But the sprite looks exactly the same. What did the doctor say? Who cares what the doctor says? I know he sugarcoats everything. It's not going to be long now, or else I wouldn't even be here. I'm not sure if there's any sensible way to ask this, but we're talking about less than a week. Besides, I'm the one who's dying here, not you. No reason for you to be so upset. She looked away from me as I saw tears welling up in her eyes. And to think that in your world you already have a cure for cancer. How pointlessly tragic. Yet here I am, being what I never wanted to become. But at least I'm not alone. A few days later, she passed away quietly in her sleep. The council had a funeral in her honor, which I didn't attend. Now that I had been with Anna until the end, I had a decision to make. I could either stay here, accept this outcome and all its consequences, or, by using the portal and Zumi's coordinates, travel back in time and return to the day of my arrival in this world. This way, I could get a chance to try again. No doubt, it would be a risk to relive this roller coaster of emotions. After all, I would have to go through all the events and their dangers again. But maybe it would be worth it. They really love opening with a corpse, don't they? Just noticing that trend. Okay, so let me go true ending. After receiving all the good endings with each of the main characters, go to the fireworks with everyone. Unlocks the achievement. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So. I mean, I guess I could just go through, any choices throughout the basic story and then just choose go with everyone, now that I've had everyone's good ending. I think. Pretty sure anyway. Oh look, it's this asshole. Man, fuck this guy. Fucking extorting Anna like an asshole. Alright, well, once again, we're just gonna have to, you know, kind of go through the motions here while the credits go. We're so close to the end now. You have seen Anna's good ending, Tragic Hero. And that's everyone. So now let's go back in. Continue your journey. Indeed I will. Thank you. So I guess now we're just gonna, speed through. Enlightenment, Chapter 1. Well, that's new. Haven't seen that card before. Okay, so... Not what I wanted. I wanted skip. There we go. Turns out you've seen this before. You either could watch this again or blah, 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 blah. Skip. Skip. I guess who I'm meeting with? Anna, that's right. Got it in one. Why? Because I like Anna. Skip. I don't know. I guess I could also, skip or something. But you know what? Fuck it, let's also meet with Lorem. Why not? I'm in the neighborhood. Skip! Why, yes, I will. I figure I'll... Wait, that was a new... Oh, well, whatever. Skip. Yahem. Skip! Production. Like, these ones don't matter, so... Meow. Has he been here? How long have you known her, you piece of shit? What research is she doing? What are you doing? That's all. Library, I suppose. No. Has he been here recently? What did she want from you? How you doing, pal? Bye now. And let's skip again. Oh, whoops. Cursor was way off screen there. Guess what? We're meeting with Anna again. No. Wait. Skip. Remy, I guess. Skip. Sure have. Dinner. Skip. I'm fine. Bryce, I've seen so many dead bodies at this point, it's not a big deal anymore. I have gone back in time, seen dead bodies, and it's constant, man. Hopefully this is the last run, so I don't have to see any more dead dragons. Hey, Lorem, how's it going? When was the last time you sold the asshole? Something found him. What was your relationship? You seem calm for your colleague murdered. Bye. See you in a little bit. Call the cops. Go to the archives. Skip. Sorry, Katsuhara, I'm actually busy. I've got stuff to do. Let's look at this. Let's do work stuff. I could play a prank, but now's not the time. Skip. Meet with Anna. Come on. Missed an opportunity. Skip. 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 We haven't hung out with Bryce. Might as well get one with everyone. Let's go. I sure have. Skip. Skip. Skip to my loo, my darling. I could have just called this finale episode Skip instead if I wanted to. With how much we're skipping. Although it's kind of to be expected, all things considered, that this is what we would go through, considering we're getting the last few endings. Let's go to the hatchery. Why not? Skip. Excuse me. Adine, wait for me! Didn't we see this? Good job, Draco. Oh, hey, Vara. Vara, do you know who that is? She doesn't talk much. I think we should go inside. Yeah, probably. I'll see you some other time, Draco. Thanks for coming. Okay. Why wasn't I able to skip that? I feel like I've seen that scene before. At least I'm at least 50% certain on that. Actually, I'm at least 75% certain on that. Alright, Miss Anna. I'm gonna do some skipping. Skip ahead. Skip again. I know about your cancer. Skip ahead. Skip some more. Smitten. Skip. If you say so. Let's do things. Let's order some lunch. Say hi to Adine. Why don't you come in, Adine? 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 I'm pretty sure Adine. Skip. Go with everyone. I thought about who I should bring to the show this time. Thinking about it set off a vivid image in my mind of the fireworks I had seen before, exploding patterns in the illuminating the night sky. Suddenly, memories of my many attempts to burst forth like the fireworks themselves, all the different things that had happened, the people I met, and also many confrontations with Reza. I remembered everything. Oh good, I've jumped enough times to have it finally break through. Nice. Hey everyone, I want to meet you so we can all bully the shit out of Reza and kill him before anything bad happens. I'm not sure what to say to this. Understandable. It's fucking Wild Tale, ain't it? I mean, just imagine this. Okay, everyone come to my place. I have something to tell you all. So 1, Reza's going to the portal at the fireworks festival because everyone's in town. 2, the portal is a fucking time machine. And I have been hopping back and forth to the day I got here and all the way from the end half. When some of you die, sometimes you live. Sometimes Reza dies, sometimes this third mysterious person dies. There's a fucking lot to explain, but the key point of it is, Reza's going to go to try and get rid of the generators, bring them back to our timeline, and fuck all of us over because there's a fucking giant comet that's coming that's going to eradicate everybody. It's a huge problem that we're gonna have to deal with, but now that we all know about this, we can move forward. I know how crazy this sounds. I am sorry, but that is the truth, and that's how this is going down. But now that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, and in theory, Azumi's gonna be coming, so 7 of us, we can beat the ever-loving shit out of Reza and just curb stomp him before he gets a shot off. I mean, he might still get a shot off. I'll distract him for a little bit while the rest of you just creep up on him. And then we'll have a aha moment, and he'll turn around, see everybody, and you'll just be ripping and tearing and destroying him. At least that's what I'm expecting to happen. But I digress. Well, the science behind time travel is actually sound, and doesn't contradict anything we know about the portal. I can't say the same about the theory with the wormholes and barriers, though. It does confirm what my roommate has been learning, and my own experience. I can't believe this all happened to you, Draco. Yes, it's fucked up. I have seen a good portion of you die, and it has given me a lot of trauma, but we're gonna stop that, and it's never gonna happen again. The proof speaks for itself, really. I'm not sure about this. It all just sounds so sci-fi, yes, I know. I know, Bryce. Time traveling is only something that happens in bad science fiction novels, right? I mean, it can be done well, it's just very difficult to do. Satisfactorily. Humph. And I thought this was going to be some sort of intervention. For who? I've already given you proof regarding the time travel. You don't just have to believe me about the rest, though. All of you have evaded peril because of this phenomenon. Think of times where you suddenly changed your mind because of what you thought might happen. if you had memories of things that never happened or dreams that later turned out to be true, you've experienced it as well. And some of those nightmares, yeah, those have happened too. Are you saying that if I had flown during the competition, I would have died? I remember things from timelines where I died. The same must be true for all of you. It's not just your imagination. This is nice and all, but why did you call us here? I mean, what's the point of telling us all this? Anna, again, you're very smart. There are 6 of us, 1 of him. All of us together can certainly take him down. If 6 people, 5 of which are dragons, can't take down a single human with a gun, what the fuck are we doing? I know where Ray's going to be in a few hours. The 5 of you are the people I've gotten to know the best in the time I've spent here. And maybe you even remember some of the things we've done together in the other timelines. Now, I need your help to stop him. Why didn't you just call the police about this? You wouldn't even need to tell them about the time traveling and such. I mean, Bryce is right there, man. He's a cop. He can probably get the police force to also assist. We could have more than just 5 dragons. We could have an entire police force of dragons and the 5 dragons we already have. This case was already getting too big for us, and we still haven't gotten the reinforcements we requested from the city. With the fireworks going on tonight, we really wouldn't have anyone to spare. Oh, or that. You know, that's fair. That is fair. You want us to stop him? That sounds dangerous. Indeed it is, but I've got this Ixum sphere, whatever the fuck this thing really does. I just hucked it at him in one timeline, and it sort of seeked him out. It was like a homing missile or something, but I've got this Ixum orb. Again, 5 fucking dragons. Against who would win? 5 dragons, 2 humans with a weird magic question mark orb, or 1 shooty boy? He's killed at least 4 people so far, right? Let's not forget he still has his weapon. What's in it for me? You know what, Anna, fair. Well, we can fucking stop him and then go back to my time so we can cure your disease. I don't think you want to fucking have me put you on blast in front of everyone here. Having a part in stopping a murderer would probably get you civil honor. Wouldn't exactly look great on us to give someone a medal and throw them into prison the next day, just saying. Knowing Emera, she'd probably make a big parade out of it and have her pardoned. Sounds like a deal to me. Of course you'd only help for your own good. Adine, look. You don't know what she's gone through. She has gone through a lot. At least I consider my options instead of following someone blindly. Draco tells you to fly and you only ask how I... Okay, ladies, please. Now is not the time for this. Draco has called us here to stop Reza. If we want to make this happen, we should probably start making a plan. Agreed. Same here. So, where is he going to be? In the underground building near the portal. He'll try to steal its generator. I see. Previously, I only realized where he was once he was already inside, but this time, we can think about the best way to stop him. If we're just going to storm the place, I probably should go first. For one, I'm a professional, and what's more, I'm also an Earth Dragon. That's what makes me a good cop, virtually unkillable by any would-be criminals. You know, a thought just occurred to me. I like to imagine I'm standing in front of the fucking, board with the red string and photos of everyone and where Reza is and just explaining to them time travel and quantum entanglement before this moment where we got everything sorted. And that's my presentation. Thoughts? Questions? Existential crises that we can get over with so we can move on? I wouldn't be so sure of that. What's that supposed to mean? Well, all of us together should have no trouble taking him down. I don't want to kill him if we don't have to. Adine, I appreciate that. You're a good egg, but at the same time, motherfucker has a gun. If you can disarm him and get that gun away from him, then we don't have to kill him. But if you can't do that, all bets are off. Kill the man with a gun. Yeah, as the chief, I agree. You know what? Fair. There are laws to be followed, I suppose. Even if we outnumber him, let's not forget about his weapon. Our first goal should be to disarm him somehow. Well, again, I have this fucking orb that does something. I am not sure what. I'm not sure exactly how the stupid orb works, but Lorem did something to make it bap his gun and break it. How can we do that? Well, I've got a shocker at home. Hit him with that, and I doubt he'll be able to hold anything for a while. And we can cuff him after that. I'll show you how to do it, actually. There was a period there. I'll show you how to do it. Actually, I'll let each one of you have a pair, just in case. We'll cuff every single part of him. Both arms, both legs. He won't be able to move at all. It'll be really awkward to try and arrest him like that, but won't it be hilarious? Don't have to bring one for me. I don't think I'd be able to use them. Yeah, I mean, with her wings and her small hands at the top, it's not really usable. Don't worry about it. They were designed with flyers in mind. It's really easy to cuff someone if you know how. Well, if you say so. Okay, we've got a shocker and some handcuffs, but that isn't much of a plan. What are we going to do? Wait for Reza to arrive and then try to cuff them all at once? Maybe you should go alone. Yeah, I'm sure Draco called us here only to confront Reza alone in the end. What are you talking about? Well, if you want to get him with the shocker, your best chance is to surprise him after you've gained his trust. You may think it's safer if we're all there because we outnumber him, but in reality, this will likely provoke an aggressive reaction, and it's the instant he sees us all. I agree. You may not be able to talk him down, but in the end, you only need to get close enough to hit him with the shocker. I think he's frightened, feeling like an alien in this world. Maybe that's how he could become a killer, by seeing us as something foreign or lesser. Yeah, he's a real piece of shit like that. But I've tried doing that before, with one of you staying in... But I've tried doing that before, with one of you staying in hiding until things were about to go wrong. That usually didn't work out as well as it should have, but we didn't have the shocker, I don't think? Because your approach with him was wrong. You tried to talk him down or distract him while help arrived. What should I do then? Go there before Reza arrives, and act like you were going to steal the generator yourself. Carry it together, and as soon as you're outside, surprise him with the shocker and cuff him. Meanwhile, all of us will be hiding in the area, and watch you to ensure that nothing goes wrong. That sounds pretty good. How'd you come up with it? I read something similar in a book once. I see. Wasn't that one of the Sheridan books? No comment. Remy pleading the fifth over here. Any other opinions about this plan? I couldn't think of anything better if I tried. And you're the smartest one here, Anna, so I know this is the best plan. Do you think you can really pull it off, Draco? I mean, in the worst case scenario, I don't pull it off, I jump through the portal again, we try this again, but better. I'll have to. We better get ready then. I'll have to fetch the cuffs from the department, and Anna should go get her shocker. I also have to make a phone call before we go. A phone call? Yeah, to tell Sebastian not to come in for his shift today. Oh, thank God, this is going to be a timeline where he fucking lives. That's true. It would make sense. I'd tell them, yeah, Sebastian dies on his shift at the portal. Can we just tell him to have a day off, enjoy the firework festival? He's been working too hard. I mean, I guess we shouldn't have anybody be there. Because if we have anybody there, they're going to get shot. Let's be real. We would just be trading Sebastian's life for someone else. So yeah, it's no guard.
While we waited for Bryce and Anna to return, Lorem, Adine, and Remy stayed in my apartment and made lunch for everyone. After we were all reunited, Bryce showed us how to use the disposable plastic handcuffs he brought. As they were designed to even constrain an earth dragon like Bryce, they were nigh impossible to tear. And then you just pull here until they're tight enough so he won't be able to pull his wrists out. Got it. Does anyone need help? How about you two? No, I got it. You're right, it's pretty easy if you know how. Alright, we've got some more time before... Alright, we've got some more time before we're leaving. I guess we can just sit around and wait. The calm before the storm. We got board games or something? We could try and relax with a board game or something. I mean, there's a looming shadow above us, but we could have some fun first. Let's see, we've got enough people for D&D. Does D&D exist here in this world? Is it like a different name? Is it like humans and homunculi or something? By the way, how's that investigation about me coming along, Bryce? That's not something we should talk about right now. Besides, I've been busy with the whole Reza thing, so... Of course you can't tell me anything. I suppose I won't even know when your people will suddenly decide to take me in. Hey, it's not my fault you violated the conditions of your suspended sentence. I'm just following protocol. Better get pardoned for this, or else... Or else what? I might as well go through the portal myself. If I just end up getting arrested here, just saying. If you don't want to stay here, maybe you should go right now. Okay, again, this isn't helping anybody here. We can't be at each other's throats before we try and do a group project. The group project being capturing a motherfucking murderer. Hey, I'm all for helping Draco. I just want to make sure I'm covered as well. What I've read about her is true, then maybe she shouldn't get pardoned. Don't believe everything you read in those tabloids. Yeah, tabloids are just garbage. I can confirm, they don't know anything. You don't know the whole story either. Does that mean you lied under oath? Maybe I should reconsider this pardon thing. See, that's what I mean. She only cares about herself. My research has saved thousands of lives, if not millions. What did you ever do for the community? I volunteer at the orphanage. And what's more, I do that just to help them, not for my own gain. Why does she have to be the only one who gets something out of this? What do you want, Adine? I mean, I'm sure you'll all get medals or something. Well, all of us will probably get a medal. This isn't really the kind of discussion we should be having right now. Yes, Lorem, thank you, the voice of reason over here. Anna, if you lied under oath, that's something I can't just forget. What are you going to do about it? I'll make you a deal. You tell all of us right now what really happened back then, and you'll have my support when it comes to being pardoned for helping Draco to stop Reza. How does that sound? We don't even need her help. She can just leave as far as I'm concerned. Adine! Why are you being so hostile? Jesus Christ! If I'm going, I'll take my shocker with me. Don't do that. I want to know what happened. I'd rather know and let her walk? She's already being investigated. Let the wheels of justice do their work. The wheels of justice are slow and inaccurate. See, Draco, I just can't catch a breath with these people, even when I'm here to help you. She may walk away. This infraction was so tiny that she may put a spin on it that makes her look like the victim, just like last time. If she tells us what really happened, then that's something we'll all always know about her, and how we can be sure it won't do anything like it again. So now you're planning to resort to blackmail? You know what? Do whatever the heck you want. I don't care. Just make up your damn minds. I want to know. Me too. Lorem, Adine? I don't like this. I agree with Lorem, but if If it'll get everyone to calm the fuck down, I guess. Alright, let's hear it. The majority has spoken. One explanation later. It all started when I decided to look for new angles to tackle cancer. Since I occasionally work with the police, I got a phone call that they received the victim of some sort of accident. As the victim had no family or relatives, there was no one who could object to her body being used for research purposes. Usually, this wouldn't be anything special, but she wasn't just your usual victim. She was pregnant. For me, this opened up a lot of possibilities. Usually, the council wouldn't allow fertilized eggs to be used for research. But here we were talking about a few fertilized egg cells that hadn't even formed an eggshell yet. They would have perished quickly if I hadn't noticed that she was technically pregnant. I submitted my forms for the research and started my work. Since the material was very sensitive, there wasn't really any time to wait for approval, as it would have put the whole experiment at risk. Either way, I was sure the paperwork would go through, and I had other things to worry about than what some busybodies would think about my work. My approach was to tinker with the fertilized eggshell's DNA. Egg cells' DNA, rather. In order to create a living organism whose immune system would be strong enough to combat cancer all on its own. Once it hatched, I could make a few transplants, and a new way to fight cancer would be born. In order to ensure compatibility with myself, I spliced in some of my own DNA. Enough that it would be considered a member of my own species rather than the parents. The result of my experiment was incubated in an artificial eggshell, and then it was just a matter of time before it grew up and we could see if the procedure was a success. For some reason or another, however, my proposal became a public matter. Proposals like mine that need the council's approval could be seen by anyone and were open to discourse, but people usually didn't care about them unless they had some experience in the field. Not so in my case. Once the media got a hold of it, rumor ran amok about what I was going to do. People fixated on small details and exaggerated the procedures outlined in the experiment. Self-appointed do-gooders who thrive on outrage made a smear campaign against me, and due to all the ensuing controversy, my proposal was ultimately rejected. It was already a shame that an experiment like mine, one that could help countless patients, both current and future, could be shut down like this. But there was more. Some people were watching me, and they knew I was going to do something in my lab. A group of council-approved scientists were going to come to my lab to discuss alternative strategies for what I was trying to do, but I knew it was all partly a setup in order to check out that everything that was going on in my lab was legitimate. By this point, the egg was already substantially developed. Knowing that their visit and that my experiment was now illegal, I had to get rid of them somehow. I would have smashed it if I could, but the fetus inside was already too big to make it vanish easily. In the end, I decided to leave it on someone's doorstep, disguised as an egg left by unwanting parents. That whole affair got the police department in a lot of trouble too, because it was us who gave you the material. Don't you have a single shred of decency within you? I mean, she did give the child up for adoption. I mean, granted, her first idea was fucking shatter the thing, but it would have been too messy. So, you know, fair point, that's fucked up, but still. Now, let's not have any arguments here. I could have done much worse than leaving it on someone's doorstep. Besides, don't expect any goodwill from me if you never showed any either. Hey, we were on your side during that whole thing, remember? Yes, but only because I saved your ass more times than I can count. No one, not a single person, has ever been nice to me just for the heck of it, except for Draco. Leaving an egg on someone's doorstep is... Leaving an egg on someone's doorstep is such a horrible thing to do. What? I mean, you could, I guess, give it to an orphanage. Are they a thing here? But you're leaving it on someone's doorstep so that maybe they can take care of it. That way they have parents. There are much worse things than leaving it on someone's doorstep. Like, you would have done anything different in my position? You would have owned up to my mistake, because I know how these children end up. How they have to grow up if they don't get... Fumble? Man, I am just fumbling all over myself today. How they have to grow up if they don't get adopted within a few years, doomed to be nobody's children. You spliced your own DNA in. So you're basically its mother, yet you didn't hesitate to throw your child away when it became an inconvenience for you. I mean, what was she supposed to do? I don't know if she can raise a child on her own. Actually, it's more of a clone than a child. Didn't even have a name. Or was it just a product of you, a failed experiment? Well, she did have a name. I even scribbled it on her eggshell before I left it. Wait a minute. Would have been around the same time, but... No, it can't be. What was the name? Why do you even care? They probably found her. She went to a nice family and lived happily ever after. End of story. What was her name? Well, if you really want to know, it was Emily. I know her. She's been living in the orphanage all her life while you went on with yours without a care in the world. Why even that name? After the mother, I guess. Now that you mention it, I think the victim's name was a bit different. Amelia, that was it. Froze to death during a winter night, if I recall correctly. Jesus Christ, this is all... Wow. Shit, man. What? Remy, I never told you this, but shortly before she died, Amelia found out that she was pregnant. That means you... Where is she? Don't worry, Remy. She's being taken care of in the orphanage. We can go there once this is over. No. I want to go there right now. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Yeah, if you're going to meet her, we'll take some preparation, and you shouldn't see her when you're like this. Besides, we should be focusing on Reza right now. Agreed. You're right. This is more important. I think it's time to go anyway. Well, that was a fucking emotional roller coaster. Alright, let's do this. Soon we arrived at our destination, and everyone chose their hiding places. It wasn't easy, especially since we didn't know where Reza would come from. But with a bit of scouting help from Adine, they all found suitable places eventually. I went inside, trying to remember the room the generator was in. Luckily, I had plenty of time, and when I found it, I packed it in a cardboard box and was lying around just as Reza had done so many times before. Then I waited. Knowing of the various conversations we had in other timelines, when we met here, I could think about what I was going to say, and what his likely response would be. I also found it interesting that this time, I could be the one who was here first. After a while, I heard footsteps outside. As if on cue, I took the box with the generator and opened the door. Reza, you're here! You don't know how glad I am to see you! I've wanted to talk with you for so long! Where have you been all this time? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, I've got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here. Reza walked up to me and grabbed the other end of the box. Slowly, we made our way through the building. I can't wait to get out of this place. It gives me the creeps. How so? Ever since I arrived here, a lot of weird things have happened. I don't like it. What are you talking about? Something strange is going on in this world. When I close my eyes, I see things. Things that never happened. And things that later turned out to be true. Do you know what I'm talking about? Shit, he knows. So you do? How is that possible? I don't know, Reza. I had my own reasons for coming here today. I knew now would be the best time to take the generator and leave through the portal. What about you? They aren't looking for you too, are they? Fumble. They aren't looking for you too, are they? No, they believe I'm on their side. Then what are you doing here? I had a feeling you'd be here. There. I figured it out just like you did. We can't wait for them to build us new generators, considering they took the PDAs and generators back from you. It's more than fair it's more than fair that we take this as payment and be done with it. Wait a minute. What is it? Something's not right here. Tase him now! Fuck! Suddenly he let go of the box, making me put it down. Took a few steps back before he grabbed the gun and pointed it at me. Son of a bitch! Reza, what's wrong with you? How could you even know the time I was going to be here? Because of the fireworks. We both know they give the perfect cover to do this now. No, that's not it. We've both been here before. Fuck, he's catching on! I remember us carrying out the box together. And that time you killed me with my own gun. Reza, what are you talking about? It's all coming back to me now. There's not been a single time where you actually wanted to help me. Well, maybe this time is different. Maybe I've seen the error of my ways. You think about that, Reza? I mean, it's bullshit, but still. The girl with the mask. Where is she? Oh, good. Thank God she's here. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. Probably shouldn't have done that in the mic. Oh, well. Reza turned around just in time to see the administrator tackle him to the ground. Quick, tase him, bro! I ran toward them, but in their scuffle, a few gunshots unloaded. The telltale hiss of the generator sound— oh, fuck. Sounded through the hallway. I turned around and ran toward the exit, while both Reza and the administrator scrambled to their feet and followed me. When we were all outside, I was swept off my feet as the generator exploded. Recovering from the fall, I looked up only to see Reza running toward the portal. Suddenly, Adine swooped from behind and collided with Reza. He stumbled and fell to the ground, while Adine regained her balance and ascended, attempting to circle to face him again. Oh good, Maverick's here. Reza stood up and raised his gun at her, while Maverick suddenly pounced out of nowhere and pinned him to the ground. Bryce was running towards them, when Maverick looked at Reza, growling. Don't kill him, Maverick! Why not? After what he's done to you, you're not letting him get off the hook that easily, are you? Let me cuff him. Go ahead. When I arrived, Reza was already secured and ready to go. He spotted me, his face contorting with anger. You! How could you do this to me? To everyone! You have no idea what I had to do to get here, to get this close to bringing the generator home to our people! You'd only helped me instead of them! We could have done it too! Where were you when that bastard of a dragon bit me? When I couldn't do anything but lie around in pain the whole day with a festering wound, huh? Or when I waited for you at the portal a week ago, ready to leave with the parts I stole to repair it, when I shot my gun a few times, hoping you'd hear it so we could escape together. I risked everything when I waited for you. Maverick nearly got me that time, too. I could have left without you if I wanted. I had everything I needed, but I didn't want to just leave you behind. Should I shut him up? No, let him talk. You said we would do anything, that together we could save humanity. All those teleportations messing with our heads. Don't you remember our plans? I never forgot about our plan, Reza. I just wanted to help the dragons to be a part of it too. What are you going to do now, huh? You'll see. Humanity's going to be fine. And so are you. Well, that's debatable. He's going to prison. Take him away, Bryce. I just want to know one thing. Who really sabotaged the portal? Points at Izumi. Oh, never mind. It was Maverick, apparently. That was me. I knew it was Reza who was stealing the generators, so at the least I could do was prevent him from sending them to humanity and escaping through the portal. As long as it didn't run, he could never completely get away from us. Say it. You were right about nearly everything, Maverick. Just not about Draco. Still, it took an extraordinary amount of bravery and courage to do what you did. Who knows how this would have turned out if it wasn't for you. It feels so strange to me now, but it's like I just had to follow Reza. That I even knew where to go, and where I would find him, right, because I kept jumping back and forth between time. I followed my intuition, but the longer I kept pursuing him, the more I thought I was going crazy. That it might mean my end if I decided to go down this path. Maybe that wasn't just your intuition. Come on, do you want to help me show Reza to his new cell? It would be my pleasure. Just as they went off with Reza, I saw Remy and Lorem approaching. And also Izumi is here. Did you do something with your hair, Izumi? I thought it was more brown before. Izumi was leaning against Remy while they walked up to us together, her overalls bearing a large red stain in the center. She needs help fast. Lorem tried to give her some first aid, but... no, Lorem. I tried to give her some first aid, but I don't think it did much. Based on these wounds, I'm not sure if anyone can help her now. She's right. I won't be around much longer, and there's still things I need to tell and show you, Draco. Maybe I could carry you. No, we have to go alone. Alright, can you still wait for me here? Sure. Please, just don't start arguing again. There would be no point now that we've stopped Reza. It's all good. She actually managed to convince Maverick not to kill him. Ex-boyfriend. And he still listens to me. Isn't that funny?
I have feelings about this, but moving on.
I could tell you about Amelie while we wait. That would be lovely.
So, Izumi, what do we have to talk about now that we've basically saved everything?
Izumi led the way as we walked through unfamiliar territory. Maybe I should start by telling you that I haven't been exactly truthful with you. You lying bitch, how dare you. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's fine. Still, now that we're here, I think I should tell you everything. When I was accidentally sent back in time, I wasn't alone.
What are you talking about?
Did you really think a single person could have accomplished everything I told you about, and single-handedly figured out time travel along the way?
Are you going to tell me that I was the person that came with you to the past, but you sent me back to the future, and now you set this whole fucking sequence of events into motion? Because if you do, that's kind of bullshit. I mean, we could have just let the sleeping dogs lie and let this be the end. This seems like unnecessary convolution if you say I was a person that helped you. In the past future, or the future past, whatever the fuck it is.
We were an elite team, sent to break new ground. There were 4 of us. Heinz Foreman, geneticist and project lead. Sybil Thomas, behavior specialist. Francois Bordelon, military advisor. And lastly, me, Otomo Izumi, engineer and maintenance crew.
Well, now I know your first name, Otomo.
This is the kind of job that is so top secret that I wouldn't be surprised if we were all killed after we hand over the data.
Good thing we're not expendable, huh? You think they're sending us into the middle of nowhere without seeing us as expendable?
People, please. First of all, you were briefed about this, so you should already know what your duties would be. I am sure all of you are well qualified to perform as expected, but let's get to what this project is really about. Does anyone want to make a guess? Since I am here, it can only mean something with military applications. Good guess, Miss Thomas. Does it have to do with PTSD, perchance? Not quite. How about you, Miss Otomo? Otomo. I have no idea. Just get to the point, please. Let me sum up this in one sentence. Intelligent, trainable bioweapons as low-cost alternative to mechanized weaponry in developing countries. Yeah, robots aren't cool enough. Let's make bioweapons, guys. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, this conundrum we find ourselves in might actually work out in our favor. Since we are outside of any jurisdiction now, that means we can do whatever we want during this little project of ours. Just think of the opportunities. You intend to utilize human DNA in this project, Fumble? You intend to utilize human DNA in this project, don't you? I mean, duh. I thought they would do that nope, Francois. I thought they would do that anyway, and pay off whichever country we would find ourselves in. Yes, but now we won't even have to do that anymore. It will take me a while to repair all the damage and re-establish communication with the company. Until then, we're kinda stuck here. Who says we need to wait until then? I don't know. I don't think they'd like it if we just went ahead with the project before they even know what happened to us. Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. That's how you ended up in jail. Huh. Izumi, you and Anna would get along, I feel. What else are we supposed to do while we are here? If worst comes to worst, we can just destroy the results. Heck, if this works out, we are the only ones who have a portal to the past like this. It could be only the first of many incredible opportunities. Think about all the animals we could use, the raw materials, the plants, even the atmosphere. I can already smell all the rare gases here that we could harvest. I think it's just a ventilation system being wonky. I haven't had the time to adjust it yet. You're only thinking about the company, but what about us? Already thinking about mutiny? I think that would be a bad idea. I thought our salary already contained an eternal loyalty and silence bonus. That's the thing with greed. People always crave more, regardless of how much they already have. Greed is the prime human sickness. All this discussion is pointless. I'm in the team lead, and I decide we do this. As long as you take responsibility if there are any troubles. I know what the company wants, and I say this will make them more than just happy. Excuse me. In a few years, you will thank me for it, trust me. No, you won't. All of you are probably gonna die. Izumi's the only one that lives, because I haven't met any of y'all. If you say so. If we were going to make bioweapons, what animals would we have based them on if we didn't end up here? The great thing is that we don't have to choose. We already have technology that does all that work for us. We just need to provide samples, and based on our criteria, we get a customized genome that fits our purposes as best as possible. And you want to give them human intelligence? Why wouldn't we give them as much intelligence as we can? Because then they could rebel. If they can think too advanced, too abstract, don't you think they might start to have independent thoughts? How are you going to control them? That's what Miss Thomas and Mr. Bordelon are here for. With the right training, it shouldn't be an issue. Besides, you know that most human soldiers are obedient, right? I suppose so. How do we know this is going to work with dinosaur DNA as well? Whoops. We will find out soon enough. Should we? God, they were so preoccupied with if they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. I had to make that reference, come on, it was glaring at me right there. That's not a question we ask at this company. You should know that by now. Have you ever seen Jurassic Park? Okay. No, you just fucking... I'm so glad I made that joke before that exact moment. If you want to see Jurassic Park, you only need to open that door. You will soon find that all your concerns are unfounded. I'll show you why, said the dead man. But first, let me talk about abilities. Now that we have a whole new world of potential samples, we should be able to find even better alternatives to what we have been planning. What abilities would those be? Flight, armor, fire, to name a few. All at once? That sounds an awful lot like dragons. Dragons are scary, aren't they? They could even be a psychological component, to be fair. Getting all those into the same species could be complicated. Think you can do something nature couldn't? That's why we are here. What animal is the fire ability based on? The Bombardier beetle. We are going to make the mechanism safer and easier to control, though. Alright, so we're going to combine animal strengths with higher cognitive abilities. But how are you going to prevent others from stealing the genome? Backyard breeders could be a problem. A very good question. There are a number of safeguards we're going to introduce to prevent any unauthorized copying of our product. Firstly, there is the genome itself. Raising these creatures from infancy to a point where they become usable for their purpose will take some time. Since we're going to do this ourselves, we have a unique blend of hormones to make them reach this stage fairly quickly. Making them grow up naturally is something that will take so much time and resources to become unviable by anyone who would want to go that route. With us, they can be combat ready in months instead of years. Secondly, all creatures are equipped with a brain implant. Not only will this give them a variety of advantages, but it's another safeguard against copying as well. Without the chip, they will either become uncontrollable or die. So even if the genome is stolen, that won't be worth anything without the chip. That's genius. I know. Couldn't someone just hack or reverse engineer the chip and manufacture it themselves? I doubt it. They are intended to be sold in low technology areas. Even if they can reverse engineer the chip, they don't have the facilities to mass manufacture them. Otherwise, they'd just be using combat robots like everyone else. If you want to modify their behavior with technology, being dependent on a chip sounds dangerous. What if it fails? Don't worry about that. Lastly, there's the training. Training any living being, no matter if human or not, takes time and money. Not only do we have an automated training program, but we can also use the implant to accelerate this process. What about direct transference of knowledge into the creature's brains via the implant? That technology is still in its infancy. If we want to get this product out and into the market as soon as possible, we'll need a solution that works right now. Fair enough. We will give the user full control as well. The creatures will be able to learn from experience, but undesirable memories can be wiped easily. Sounds like you have it all figured out already. The company has been working on this project for a long time, and now it's up to us to make it reach its natural conclusion. And what would that be? Our product is the creature, the chip, and the training, all in one complete package. Take away just one of these three components and the product won't work as intended. We deliver them ready to be used in combat from the moment they arrive at the customer's doorstep. I still think we should wait before you rush into using animals that we hardly know anything about. Your opinion has been noted, Miss Otomo, but it won't carry much weight. Despite my objections, the experiments under Heinz Foreman went full steam ahead, using the genetic material of many prehistoric reptiles. A variety of species were designed. We started our tests with the one that enjoyed the most combat-regulated improvements, measuring their viability and the effects of our safeguards. Soon, the first proto-dragons were born. One was able to be raised naturally as possible. Another was going to receive the hormones for accelerated growth, while the third one was to be trained via the automated learning program. The last one was to receive all the safeguards at once. They were all identical clones. Caring for them was a task that ultimately fell on all of us, in addition to our usual duties. For now, the artificial domestication process in the genome made sure they would be controllable and obedient, even without the implant or training. We were already being recognized as packmates and parents by them. While I knew about the added intelligence, I soon had to realize just how far they had gone. It was when the first of them started talking. At that moment, I knew they would never be free, never be happy. They would only ever live a life of servitude or be used as weapons. They were given sapience, only to face a future of enslavement. I knew that the company would expertly maneuver around the legal system to make it possible. As I had worked my way up the ranks within the company, I had become increasingly disillusioned by the many despicable acts and projects I witnessed. But now, I was at the breaking point, ready to blow the whistle on everything I knew about them. While the experiments continued, they relied on me to repair the portal and return to our time. I could only buy so much time while I figured out how to proceed. I knew that as soon as contact was reestablished, I wouldn't be able to stop the project anymore. It was then that I had to realize. One more again. It was then that I realized I had to do something. You think they would need to send someone to take care of this anymore? It should be all automated. It should be all automated by now. True. We have a robot that can perform any kind of surgery, so they don't need to send a doctor anymore. Why not have a robot that can take care of other robots? Because I'd be the one to create that robot. And if I did, I'd be out of a job. By the way, I think the heater in my room is broken. Would you mind taking a look at it later? I can think of a few ways to turn up the heat. A tempting offer that I unfortunately will have to decline, Mr. Bordelon. I hate these early meetings. Anyone else want a cup of coffee? Miss Otomo, perhaps? You know I don't drink coffee. 3 cups, then. Just as usual. I don't know why they even gave us 4. Does Izumi drink tea or something? Or water? Like, why would they get... Maybe that's just something they didn't even consider. Like, fuck it, give them 4 cups. Who gives a shit if she drinks coffee or not? Here you go. Why even coffee? It's not as if we couldn't just take the pill to get the same effects. Because coffee is delicious. I mean, I don't even like coffee, but the concept is coffee tastes good. Drink coffee, get effect. Why would you just take a pill when you could have the experience of drinking something that you enjoy the taste of? The fuck is wrong with you, Sybil? I hate that it's weird that I'm even angry, because like I said, I don't even like coffee, but I get the concept of drinking and eating stuff is good. Better than just pop pill and then done. Can you imagine how depressing it would be in the future if all food, all nutrients was just pop this pill, boom, you have all your nutrients? That sounds awful. You never get to taste anything good ever again. It's just, well, it's time to take my daily nutrient pills. Well, time to go about my day. Efficient, but so depressing. Ah, but then you wouldn't get this lovely taste, Miss Thomas. Yes, see, Heinz gets it. Ketchup Man gets it. Can we just get this over with? Of course, of course. Who wants to present their results first?
Oh, don't everyone get up at once.
No one? Alright, I suppose it will have to be me, again. You know what? You should all be glad that everything is recorded and transcribed automatically now. In my days, we actually had to write these reports ourselves.
Hail to our machine overlords.
Can we just get this over with? Of course, Mr. Baudelaire, we... Suddenly, Heinz started coughing. When his fit didn't stop after a few seconds, all of us stood up, and Francois went over to him. Heinz keeled over, his eyes opening wide into an unfocused stare. He stopped moving before a bit of foam started appearing in his mouth. Either he's been poisoned, or he had a sudden case of coughing up your lung. He needs his injector. There should be one in the drawer over there. Quickly, I went to the drawer and grabbed something and ran to Sybil. Stab! That's not it, you stupid... Before she could finish her sentence, I drove the scalpel into her neck. She collapsed immediately as blood gushed from the wound, staining the floor red. She screamed and Francois turned around to see me still holding the scalpel while the bleeding Sybil lay on the ground next to me. If you poisoned him, why couldn't you poison everyone and make this less bloody? I attempted to stab him, but he grabbed my arm and wrestled the scalpel from me, which fell to the floor with an audible clang. Yet you tried to stab a military man. Why wouldn't you have poisoned him? He was the easiest one to poison! Oh wait, or was it that Heinz had an illness that you could easily exploit? You just took this as an opportunity to kill everyone. Oh, okay, you know what? Never mind. Retracted. He then wrapped his hands around my neck and started to choke me. I fell over backwards and he followed, his hands never leaving my neck in the process. He was now kneeling above me, and I found myself becoming weaker by the second. I made peace with the idea I was going to die. I didn't know what would happen afterwards, to the dragons, to Earth, to everyone, but at least I could say that I tried. When I came to, it was from a feeling of something dripping onto my face before Francois was dragged away from me. Slowly my vision returned. I looked up to see one of the dragons approaching me, before it started to lick my face with its blood-stained muzzle. Aww. I mean, she's covered in blood. This is a very, very fucked up scene, but at the same time, she's so pretty. And you know, this is cute. Dragon realizing that they were going to exploit her while Izumi was definitely going to be the mother that cared. The other designed species were made, and after making some adjustments to the learning program, I taught them what I wanted them to know. I founded the first village, and they grew up quickly, knowing only me as their leader. By the time I left, they didn't even need me anymore. They had already become completely self-sufficient. So in the end, you gave them even more than life. You gave them freedom. She sat on the ground, panting heavily. There should be a shovel over there. Take it and dig. You're digging my grave, I guess. Shit, man, that's dark. I did, and she began digging a hole in the area she indicated. Wondered what would await me when the shovel hit something hard, and I dug around it, unearthing a vaguely round shape. Oh, never mind. And here I fucking thought that you were having me dig your grave because you knew you were going to die. More shapes followed, and as I continued, I eventually realized that I was looking at a body. I lifted it out of its shallow grave before turning it over. It was me. What? 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 Why? How? You have to understand, there was no other way. Each time you traveled back in time, I had to kill you. Having multiple instances of you would have been troublesome. We only needed one of you. Wanted to go through the same scenario over and over again so that we could learn what to do differently. So this is your graveyard? So this is your graveyard, then. Full of other instances of me. Not just you. There were also others. And myself. Others? Yes. In some timelines, they sent someone else instead of you. She was not a nice person. Why did they send someone else? They told me I was the best candidate, as I was going to offer my own PDA for the trade. Because in those timelines, you died before you ever had a chance to arrive here. Murdered for that very PDA you gave the dragons. Ah! I see. How many are there? How many did you bury? How many times have we done this now? I lost track a long time ago. How I wish I could forget it all. You only did what you had to do. Hey Draco, do you remember anything about the first time you came here? Vaguely? Let me think. You mean when I confronted Reza alone with that explosive I made from a generator? Then you don't. You only remember the newer timelines. I think it's better this way. I've killed you so many times, and sometimes you did the same to me, or rather, a different me.
You know, we've killed each other from time to time. Sometimes I kill you, sometimes you kill me. We go through this song and dance a few times.
You don't know what it was like when I still had to try and figure everything out. You only remember the timelines I have sufficiently tampered with. What are you trying to tell me? The first few times, I was just watching you. I could see your intentions were pure, and that you were filled with determination. This moment fills you with determination. But without my help, you always failed. Everything that happened, from all the murders to the conclusion in the lab, it was all necessary to arrive here. I also needed to show you what kind of person Reza was. You wouldn't have believed me otherwise. Could I have stopped him earlier and saved those he killed? I don't know. If I died before I could reveal myself to you, circumstances could not have been unfixable. If I died before I could reveal myself to you, circumstances could have been unfixable. How many times do you think we tried before we had even the remote possibility to succeed? I know what you did. I've done it too, remember? If you didn't step up to the position back then, we probably still would have to figure out a few things. Sometimes I didn't quite know myself why I had to do the things you told me to. If we didn't lure Maverick to the portal during my first day, the confrontation that sets off this whole chain of events wouldn't even happen. Your meeting with Reza had to be interrupted. Otherwise, he would have told you about his plan that night. And from the ensuing talk, there would have only been two options. Either you would have joined him to save humanity while leaving this world to die, or you would have opposed him, in which case he did not hesitate to shoot you then and there. We had to do a lot of things to make this happen, didn't we? All those other timelines just to succeed in this one. The others might have failed, but we still learned something from every little mistake we made. That's how we could arrive here. What will you do now? With the generator gone, you won't be able to stop the comet. Maybe we don't need to. What are you talking about? Back home, there are plenty of empty buildings. If the dragons took their generators and technology with them, we could revive all the infrastructure. The hospitals, the schools, everything. They could make humanity an offer they won't be able to refuse. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. I build back your entire society. You just gotta let us into your society. You want to relocate them? Do you even have any idea how many dragons live here?
I mean, a lot, probably. I'm thinking, at minimum, hundreds of thousands, at maximum billions.
Sure, they may have never settled on another continent, but we're still talking about millions here.
Oh, good. So it's the lower end.
Even if they won't accept them, They will have safe passage to set up a new city. I don't think it will come to that, though. We have plenty of dead infrastructure and room to fill. It could be the very first city of its kind, with dragons and humans living together. Fuck yeah. Besides, if we can't stop the comet, this is about as good as it's going to get. I know you won't settle for anything less. If this is the only way, then I won't object to this outcome. The thought of humans and dragons living together is one that I think bears a lot of potential. Maybe from the ashes of both civilizations, something new and greater can be created. You don't realize the weight that's been on my shoulders from all the things I had to do to make this work. Now that we're here, I don't think I could continue this existence with these memories in my mind. Now that we've saved them, I can finally rest. Maybe I have to apologize. You were right to want to save humanity too. When both me and Reza only cared for one civilization, you never settled for one. You wanted to save everyone. I guess I was so blinded by wanting to preserve my creation that I refused to see anything else. I'm glad you saw this through to the end. You never stopped believing. If it wasn't for you, I could have never done this. And now it's on you to make it work. A city of dragons and humans. I'll try to do my best. I believe you will. Then I can die happily, knowing that they will be safe, and can look to a brighter future. No, you can't just die now! How am I supposed to do this without you? Don't be sad for me. I wouldn't have it any other way. Besides, I'm sure you'll do a fine job. How can you be sure I will? Because if you don't, I will hold you responsible for what happens to them, through time and space if necessary. How can you make jokes at a time like this? You've only seen what I had to do, not what I wanted to. If we met in a different time, a different place, things could have been very different. I've killed you so many times and put you through so much anguish to make this happen. I only long for your forgiveness and understanding. That you can look at what we've achieved now and tell me that it was worth it. It was. Thank you. She closed her eyes. As a single tear ran down her face, I moved to wipe it from her, and could already feel the warmth draining from Izumi's body. She was dead. Rest well, Otomo Izumi. After being told of the comet and realizing that any of their attempts to stop or redirect it would fail without the lab's generator, the Dragon's Council agreed with my course of action, as did humanity. While the repopulation of our city turned out very differently than humanity had initially hoped, all concerns were not against the possibility of the vast amounts of technology and generators the dragons would bring to revive it. Soon, the initiative to relocate the dragons through the portal was in full force, and I, still acting as an ambassador, helped as much as I could to make it go as smoothly as possible. After a few weeks, we had done it, and as the last of the dragons from even the furthest regions had arrived at the other side, the time for me had come to walk through the portal for the very last time. I looked back to their village and saw all the abandoned buildings, doomed to be destroyed, when the comet would hit soon. As I walked up to the platform and waited for the portal to do its starting routine, I thought about what would happen, and now what would come of this collaboration between humans and dragons. The future looks bright. Wear sunglasses. I was sure there was a lot of work to be done, except if I considered the state of the rest of the world, But maybe our city would be a bastion of Earth. Not as the last one remaining, but rather as the first of its kind. And from it, maybe we'd be able to grow and spread our influence. Maybe, together, we can rebuild. And with that ends Angels with Scaly Wings. Apparently they're going to be releasing a sequel in 2023, so that's something to look forward to. About a year or so, maybe I'll cover it again on Valentine's Day. Or if I'm free, maybe I'll just do that as the stream. This was a very interesting game. I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, granted, I haven't played it in a good long while. Huh. Oh yeah, that's Emily, isn't it? So that's why she has that koi fish design. Part of it is Remy, part of it is Anna. Well, anyway, back to my train of thought. The story was really good. I mean, it has time travel, so there is some convolution, of course, as all time travel stories do have a lot of convoluted plot. I'm glad they didn't do the things that I said I was really hoping they didn't do. Having me be one of the members of the team that started this project just with a memory wipe, that would have been so awful. Because there'd be so many hoops to jump through, like, she would have had to send me forward in time, hoping that I would be sent backward in time, and there'd be a lot of variables that just wouldn't be able to be accomplished. It feels good to finally finish this game. I am not doing the extra extended true ending, like I said earlier in this stream, because, honestly, fuck that. I'm not going Achievo hunting, so I can get an ending. I don't feel like doing it, honestly. I'm not an achievement hunter kind of guy. My stance on achievements is I get them by accident. I stumble into them, like the achievements for completing story beats and the achievements for, like doing random little shit that just happens by progression. I do that. I don't actively seek out achievements. I don't think I've ever 100% got achievements in any game I've ever played ever. Anyway, there's not really a whole lot to say, but since this is the last time, I feel it's important to sit through the credits before we end off for sure. Is anyone streaming so I can raid them after this? Nope. No one I know is streaming anyway. I mean, I guess I could just go to someone completely random that I've never done before. Because there are some recommendeds here. I could just sort of hop in. Well, that's something to ponder. Scott Falco's doing Risk of Rain. And Gabo, whoever that is playing Guilty Gear Strive. Shinigami Eater is doing Aliens vs. Predator. Colonel Cheru is doing Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Maybe I'll raid Scott Falco, I don't know. That is a decision for future me in a few seconds. Oh, hey! Badge, goggles, Diane's goggles, Remy's tie, and the Ixom sphere. Thank you for playing. It was my pleasure. Thank you, Angels with Scaly Wings. And the team that created it. I didn't really look at the credits, if I'm being honest. You have seen the true ending. And the Hope achievement. I sure have, system, thank you. Oh, does that mean that's it? That's all there is to see? Well, who knows? Either way, it might be a good idea to keep your save file. You know, just to be sure. Maybe it'll come in handy in the future. Yep. Oh, hey, it's daytime now. And the field looks a little different. And of course, there's Ray's gun over here. But with that, I think we'll end this here. I'll see you guys in the next stream.